I live in a foreign city, a place whose name I still can't pronounce correctly. The streets are narrow, the air thick with fog, and the lamps flicker as if they're too tired to shine. The buildings lean toward each other, whispering secrets I can't understand. It's always gray here. Every morning when I wake up, it feels like time hasn't moved at all. This city is frozen in silence. Maybe that's why I came here. To disappear among people who never look at one another. To hide from what I've done. But you can't hide from the dead. She was my light in this place. My wife. Even in this cold, she carried warmth wherever she went. She believed that everything broken could be fixed, that everyone could be forgiven. She smiled easily, spoke softly, and saw good in everyone, including me. And I destroyed her. At first, I told myself I was just tired. Work, stress, loneliness, all those excuses that cowards tell themselves. But it wasn't fatigue. It was desire. A desire for something forbidden, reckless, ugly. It started with a glance, then a message, then nights I said I was working late. A woman I barely knew. A mistake that became a secret. And that secret grew like rot under my skin. She knew. They always know. One evening when I came home, she was sitting at the kitchen table, pale. Her eyes were red. A single piece of paper lay in front of her. She didn't look at me. The sound of the clock filled the silence. I wanted to speak, to lie again, but I couldn't. She finally lifted her eyes. "When did you start lying to me?" Her voice was so calm that it hurt more than if she'd screamed. I couldn't answer. She nodded slowly, like she already knew there was no point. "I'm done," she whispered. Then she stood up, turned, and walked to the bedroom. The door closed, and it never opened again. The water was still running when I found her. The bathtub had overflowed. Her body was so still, her skin so pale, it almost blended with the foam. The water was pink. Her eyes were open, staring at nothing. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. I don't remember what happened next. Just the sound of dripping water. The funeral was quiet. Snow was falling. A few people came. None of them spoke. The priest mumbled words I didn't hear. When the coffin was lowered, I felt something leave me. Something essential. I think it was the last piece of my soul. After that, I stayed in the apartment, alone. Her scent still lingered in the sheets. The house felt too big, too empty. At night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing the sound of water dripping. I checked every tap. Everything was closed tight. But the sound never stopped. Then, one morning, I saw it. The words on the mirror, written in fog. "You forgot me." I froze. My breath caught in my throat. I wiped the mirror, but the letters didn't fade. The glass was ice cold. I turned around, no one was there, but the air smelled faintly of her perfume. Lavender. After that, I started seeing her. At first, just shadows. A faint outline behind the curtain, the shape of a woman, the same tilt of the head, the same posture. Each night she came closer. Every time the moonlight hit the window, the silhouette was clearer. One night I felt her breath on my neck. When I turned, the room was empty, but the pillow beside me was wet, as if someone had been crying there. I told myself it was guilt, hallucinations. I went to a doctor. He gave me pills that made my body numb but didn't quiet my mind, because she didn't go away. She waited, and one night, she showed herself fully. I saw her face in the mirror. She was behind me. Our eyes met. Her skin was pale, lips blue, hair wet, and she was smiling. I ran into the bathroom and slammed the door shut. The mirror was fogged up again. New words were there now. Your secret is leaking. Then I heard it. The sound of water. The bathtub was filling by itself. The taps were closed, yet the water kept rising. Dark, thick, red. The smell of iron filled the room. I stepped back. My hands were shaking. The water stopped just before the edge. I blinked, and everything was clear again. Clean. Normal. Except the words on the mirror were still there. She didn't stop. Every day there was something new. Her hair tangled in the sheets, footsteps in the hallway, the faint impression of someone sitting on the edge of the bed. I'd hear whispers, my name, her crying, the sound of a heartbeat that wasn't mine. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I went to the window. Snow was falling again, and there, outside, just beyond the glass, she stood. A white dress, head tilted, hair covering her face. She raised her hand and pressed it against the glass. Without thinking, I lifted mine. Our fingers aligned. The moment they touched, the glass cracked. Her face lifted slowly. Her eyes were completely black, empty. The glass shattered, and she stepped inside. I don't remember how long I screamed. Maybe seconds. Maybe hours. Then, nothing. Silence. When I woke up, it was morning. The window was intact, the floor dry, but my hands were cut and bleeding. On the mirror, another message waited. I'm here, and I will never leave. After that night, time lost meaning. I stopped going outside. The apartment became a cage, a tomb. I could feel her everywhere, breathing behind me, watching from corners. The radio would turn on by itself, and I'd hear my own voice whispering things I never said. Sometimes I'd wake up to find her standing by the bed, watching me sleep. Sometimes I'd wake up because her hand was on my chest, cold as ice. She wants me to remember. She wants me to suffer. Every whisper, every shadow, every heartbeat in this house is her revenge. I tried to talk to her once. I went into her room, the one I'd kept locked since that night. The air inside was thick, unmoving. Everything was still the same. Her clothes, her perfume bottle, the note on the desk. I picked it up. The paper had yellowed, the ink had faded, but I could still read one sentence. When I close my eyes, I'll try to forgive you. The door behind me closed. Slowly. I turned around. She was there, the same white dress, the same calm face. Only her eyes were hollow. I tried to speak, but no words came. She raised her hand and touched my throat, cold, so cold, I couldn't breathe. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. Just the feeling of drowning, of sinking. The last thing I remember is the reflection in the mirror. We were both there. She was smiling. I wasn't. Now sometimes I hear voices outside. People come to see the apartment. The landlord opens the door, tells them it's been empty for years. They walk in, looking around. The walls creak. The air is heavy. Then they stop. Because in the window, they see their reflection. And if they look close enough, they notice something strange. There are two people in the glass, and only one of them is alive.